Early morning, middle of the night, wherever you are. I know this is a horrible time for my European amigos. Sorry about that, guys and gals. I just got off work and I realized yesterday or day before that I'm not going to be able to stream on Sunday this week. Oh, I take mine back. What'd you take back? Oh, you take yours black. Hey, Chris. Padre, how's it going? Seagray! Shh, nobody say anything. The days of accidentally streaming, they're probably not over, because I did take off the little safety button. There was a safety button that said, if you click this, it won't, you have to approve the start first, and now there's that. So anyways, stop and go. Hello, what's up? Hey, Dominic, Noshal, hola. Paul's here. Howdy, Paul. How's it going, man? Thanks for your help. Always. Why are we whispering? That's awesome. Massimo, how's it going, everybody? Great time for the Australian people. Okay, good. It's 5:20 somewhere. Nice. Hey, Emmy, how's it going? Well, it must be late. It must be late for us, for the Europeans. So I was thinking about it. Probably need to pick 3 sort of time blocks to say, okay, this is a good time for the Europeans. This is a good time for the Aussians. And then this is, the time for the USians, I guess. But I'm glad that this is okay for the Aussians and probably for the USians, even though I know it's probably pretty bad for the Europeans. Oh, okay, midnight UK time. That's not horrible. Only 1:20 a.m. Oh, that's fine. I hope I'm not up at 1:20 tonight, but yes, Paul's got a gentle reminder for everyone. He got hacked. Paul, tell us the story a little bit in the chat. I'll give the summary as I recall from your story to me. So, what was it you did initially? Oh, opened a Home Assistant port, and just had a Home Assistant password on there, but nothing else. And somebody got in. He had the configurator and ator on there, and probably somebody got into the secrets file. Could have been an open Samba share. Could have been that too, possibly, but definitely somebody got in. Got into his secrets file, got his Amazon email and password. That's a bad one. And from there on to other things like his internet service provider password, email and password, because of sharing the same password with different accounts. So that's a bad idea too. So Paul is going to be our new security officer, because he is now the one most intimately aware of all the bad things that can happen. So that's a bummer. They can do that? Yeah. Someone would make a video how to properly protect against that. That would be a great idea. If we only knew somebody. I told Paul it's totally not fair that he got hacked, and I have put my Amazon user and password twice. I did it once, changed it, did it again, changed it again. But fortunately, it was in a short enough window that nobody got in. But oh gosh, I can't imagine anything that would suck worse. Amazon is so important, especially for me. Like, I do it all the time. Did you have to cut my hair? When did I have to cut my hair? Portugal. All right, good. It's not too late in Pittsburgh. Whitey, did I have to cut my hair? Congrats from Brazil. Thanks, Rafael. How's it going, man? Sachi. Don't forget Asians. Oh, is it 8:20 in the morning? How different is it from like China? Is that where you are? Sachi, you're China, right? How different is it from you to Australia? I could look it up, I know. But I mean, is it a 2-hour difference, a 4-hour difference, a 6-hour difference? Hardware keys, that's a good idea. Keep you from getting hacked. Early 18. One July morning, woke up and all the lights lit up and a message that I was hacked, but nothing changed on your config. Ooh, dodged a bullet there, Christo. Dodged a bullet there, yeah. Because there was a time where it still can happen, but there certainly was, and that's probably about the time that you're describing there, Chris. In about July 2018, there was quite a rumble in the Home Assistant community because people were, they'd opened a port and they'd left their Home Assistant, sometimes not even with a password, and or a simple password, and people were getting in. And fortunately, it was there were many stories just like yours, Chris, where somebody got in and just left a message in Home Assistant that said, "Dude, you left it open. We got in. Be more careful." So thank goodness, right? That'll teach you a lesson. Hey, Frank's here. How's it going, Frank? Mike Tunnel. I like Mike Tunnel. I like that name too. Thanks for your help with Tasmoda last night. Fixed me right up. Appreciate that. It's 10 and 8. Oh, okay. So it's 10 in Queensland, 10:30 in Queensland, and 8, same, whatever, in China. So we're okay. So this is a good time for you guys. Well, I'm glad. I didn't get a chance. I wanted to be on a little earlier today, but I guess that would have been bad for the Aussians. So I guess I'm glad it didn't work out. But I'm glad we're here now. 6:23 here. I think you got the same time zone. Oh, probably, Luis, probably. Yep, 6:23. Well, you're an hour ahead. You must be Central Time. I'm Mountain. 3-hour difference. YubiKey user. Oh, YubiKey. What's that, Frank? Is that like I use 1Password. You wouldn't know it because you know how my passwords tend to find their way onto the internet. Howdy from Michigan. You just watching the end of Sunday stream? Just in time for the new one, KK. Just in time. Isn't this why everyone has been setting up WireGuard and VPNs? That's why I did it, Seagray. That's why I did it, for sure. 2FA help, 2-factor authentication. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. Nest camera was hacked. Uh-oh, someone buzzed in and started commenting about my home and my dogs. That's flippin' scary. Really, Ryan? Where were they commenting? Were they talking like through the camera? Holy smokes. So watch for Rob to do a video about get people hacking into your cameras. You guys, some of you guys I know have a lot of knowledge about these kinds of things already. I certainly, don't. But yeah, he was talking to me about it when we were on our CES trip, and he's got plans to do a video where he actually got he's got a old student of his who's like now president of the hacking club or something like that. I'm sure they're not doing bad stuff, right? But they're making people aware of these kinds of vulnerabilities. And he explained how people can get into something like a camera without a password or anything. It's kind of scary. I should probably take the camera out of the bathroom. Anyways, all right. Justin Marshall, first time watching the live stream from Melbourne. That was 11:30 there too. Awesome. New Zealand is 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh man, you guys, I thought you guys were closer to Australia. I should probably brush up on my geography. 9 p.m. South America. Awesome. Didn't seem to be malicious. Good. Tracked down the website where hundreds of users had their Nest passwords exploited, posted in plain text. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Which of course is more important than Oz. There's probably a bit of a competition, I would guess there, huh? Yeah, 1Password. Good. YubiKey is a hardware token. Oh boy. Oh, that's a good idea. No one can be 100% secure. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, Demps, how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. Main problem is that I turned on port forwarding early on when I didn't have much in Home Assistant and it was on a Raspberry Pi. But as I added more stuff, I neglected to remember. Yeah. New Zealand is weird. You can ignore them. Awesome. Put a bogus gateway in your camera and you can't get to the internet. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Basic Pilot. That's actually, I think, sort of the consensus for a good strategy is to have a separate network in your home that for your cameras that can't really be accessed from externally. Of course, we do want it in Home Assistant, right? A little bit. So set up second VLAN on your home network. Yep, there it is. There it is again. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Dr. Sleepy. That's me. How's it going, man? YubiKeys are awesome. Use them for everything. Really? Okay. YubiKeys. Where am I chatting? Oh, can you guys not all see it all? Contraption Maker. So most people are chatting in YouTube, looks like, but we do have some, I'm not even looking at the screen to see. Yeah, we do have some Twitch viewers as well. So, and the stream should be crossing. Is the stream not crossing? Yeah, it's crossing because I saw Frank and a couple other guys. Yeah, Frank and Mike Tunnel. Those guys are on Twitch. All right. Silver lining is that you're now way more secure than ever before. I needed a good password. Yeah. It's crossing the streams. Restream from Twitch is working. Okay, good. Oh, we're everywhere. Now Emmy's on Twitch too. Red Gillas. All right. Well, hey, fellas and gals. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. my plan tonight, I didn't have anything super planned, so I'll give you some updates, rundowns, and we'll see where the conversation goes. I always have something in my back pocket. My back pocket plan tonight would be just answering comments. Well, I'll just pull up my YouTube comments. I have not answered YouTube comments now in a couple of weeks, so I'm way behind, but it might be fun to answer them together. We could probably give them better answers. Mike's, and in Discord. Had to switch to YouTube. Twitch is very slow today. Oh, that's too bad, Michael. So yeah, you can even chat in the live stream channel on Discord. All this stuff posts in the live stream channel on Discord. So if later on you wanted to go back and read something, it'll all be there. Just scroll way back up in there. Missed the start of the stream. Just wondered where we were getting the questions from. Oh, yeah, I'm just reading them. Just out of curiosity, why do people use Twitch if you are available on YouTube? Mark, I think some people they're more comfortable with Twitch. They use Twitch for other things. Like Frank is big on Twitch. He spends most of his streams are primarily Twitch, and then the YouTube things is kind of secondary. And it also has, at least from some reports, a crisper image. So if you want to see all my blemishes, then Twitch is the place to go. There's good reasons. There's different ways to support people on Twitch. You can do different things. So Twitch is good. Twitch is, I think it's whatever your preference is. Oh yes, Rob, I did get it. Yes, I did get it. Should we look at it? So you guys saw in my video, in my little summary of CES, that me and Rob got our heads scanned, right? And then the guy was going to email them to us. We just got them. Like I was driving home and the email popped up. So let's check it out. Okay. I won't open my email on the stream. Oh, switch wall offices. Not available. Oh, good. Okay. Let's open it. I'm so excited to see it. It's going to look ugly, but Twitch chat system is way better. Oh, you can do cool things in Twitch, which reminds me, I need to fix. I'm at the point now in Twitch where I can have my own emote, that pops up, or emoji, whatever you call it. Just don't do both things. It induces seizures. So I submitted it to Twitch, but they didn't like it. They shot it back at me. So I got to change it and do it again. All right, let's check this out. Download this. It's going to pop up over here. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Sweet. So awesome. Okay. Here it is. Oh, I'm so excited. What is this? Oh, just looks different. STL, perfect. Wonder if it'll, just let me double click it, or if I'm going to have to see what it'll open it with. Oh, good, Kira. That's what I use for my printing most of the time, all the time. Okay, it's going to be ugly. I'm going to be a big old green head. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, hey, you know what? That actually looks pretty good. That actually doesn't look too bad, I gotta say. Holy cow. How about that? I thought it was gonna be much worse. Well, you could see the veins sticking up on my head. I did the eyebrow thing. So I think that's what I got, a little bit of stuff going on there. But man, that is not too bad. Ha ha. Okay, who wants to order one? Who wants a printed DrZzs head? You can make a hood ornament or something. Oh, that is super cool, man. How's yours look, Rob? Did yours come out pretty good? That's awesome. Since we're talking about security, after you got SSL inductee all set, the connected alarm is no longer working. Any suggestions? Nginx, try Nginx if you didn't do that. It went away. I couldn't see. Chris, try Nginx. It's probably an internal problem where it's not able to access things internally. So Nginx should fix that for you. That, I gotta say, I am really, really happy with this. I'll go in, open it up in some other editor and fix this little eyeball thing right here. But overall, I gotta say that is way better than I expected it to be. Way better than I expected it to be. I'm excited about that. Okay, I can't wait to print it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's shrink it down a little bit. I can't print it right now, but what's happening? Oh, there it goes. And then someday I want to do some stuff on 3D printing, like, go through some modeling software stuff and see what people like to use and talk about what I use and things like that. Bobblehead with ESP chip for a garage door opener. Yes. It would be fun. Yeah. Make this thing the, your MQTT car presence container. Face ID unlocked by a model. That's a great idea. Mark. We should try that. Somebody probably has tried it, right? I would imagine somebody out there in the universe has tried that. Let's see. I can make the layer heights a little bit bigger. 4 is probably, it doesn't like 4. Let's make it 3. Let's do, the other thing I need to do is get it to lay flat. There we go, lay flat. It's still processing. This thing is humongous. It's bigger than most of the things that I've played with. What I should do is open it up in a software that's actually for editing, right? And then hollow it out a bit. Unfortunately, it's the STL. There's no good, well, maybe you guys can tell me what's the best editor for STL files. My experience has been the STLs are tough. I've done it with SketchUp, which is horrible, but it works. Just turns everything into like a line, right? I did it with Fusion 360 a long time ago, and I think it was better. But I will absolutely send you the STL. I'll send everybody the STL. You betcha. You bet ya. In fact, what I'll do to make it easy? I'll just post it on DrZzs.com. I'll post it on DrZzs.com, and I'll put out a link. And anybody who wants to download this can sure do it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Fusion. Everybody thinks Fusion 360. All right. Blender, yeah. Mesh Mixer. Mesh Mixer was one that I played with a little bit. I think that's probably the one I would do. Ooh, it would make a good Google Home container. Oh, that would be so funny. I'll have to put some LEDs in the eyes and stuff. I would love to learn Blender. Blender sounds like it would be a lot of fun because you can do a lot of animations and stuff, right? If you have no ports open for outside access, do you need to secure Home Assistant? And if so, how? If you don't have any ports open to the outside, I mean, you should still do just the basic authentication, the user authentication that we started with a couple months ago, where you assign a user and you put in a password. But if you don't have any ports open to the outside, that's all you need to do. Bobbleheads. Oh, totally make a bobblehead out of this. Totally. That's what I'll do. Blender's a big learning curve, but amazingly powerful. Do you use it too, Paul? Oh, camera in the eye. Of course. Gotta have a camera in the eye. Gotta have a camera in the eye. Dun, 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 dun. It still doesn't want to lay flat, though. I hit the lay flat button. I'm going to have to do that manually, which is going to be a bit of a pain. Oh, no, it's freezing up every time I try and do that. What's my CPU usage at with that thing open? 40%. Okay, I'm going to close this down. I'm surprised I haven't heard anybody saying they're getting dropped frames or anything. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to get into Fusion 360, and I'm going to, I'll get this out to everybody. Why didn't anybody tell me my nose was crooked? Okay, all right, I'm going to close this before I crash something. That's fun stuff. Oh my gosh, that's really good. Oh, make the head a part of the dragon game. Great idea, Ed. You know, that's funny you said that because I was just, I had lunch with Tyson yesterday. And we talked about the Maker Faire because Tyson was a big part of helping me set up the Maker Faire the last 2 times. So we were talking about, I hadn't seen the dates yet for when it's coming up again, but we were talking about what would we do, differently this time with our Maker Faire display. So yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, we'll do it. It's done. How many people open Home Assistant directly to the internet or use VPN? Good question, Julian has. I use VPN. I used to have it open to the internet. I used to just have a port and a password, just like Paul. And Paul got hacked. I lucked out. There was a time where I had several ports open. Thinking back now on it, I cringe. If you dig through the archives of live streams, you'll find one where people started sending me images, that pictures of what they were able to see. Oh, is the door locked? Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Computer, turn off office lock.
Okay.
It worked. Yeah. So there were, like, I had my 3D printer. You could see the camera on my 3D printer. If you wanted to log in, or if you could try and figure out how to log in, you'd have to guess the password. It was just, yeah, I just had a simple password on it, on the 3D printer even. What else did I have open like that? I had it was stupidity. I had I think I even had like a NAS sort of a thing that opened. Well, I didn't. No, that was VPN. But anyways, so there was a port for that, but that was a VPN as well. Anyways, it was bad. It was bad. The Home Assistant King and I, Yul Brynner. I'll take that. I can handle looking like Yul Brynner. Rain in San Diego. Sprinkler still ran because the controller is dumb. Got some ESP32s. Relays on the way. Make your own irrigation control. That's the way, Randy. That's what we like. That's what we like. Lane uses OpenVPN for HAS. An internal CA for cert on reverse proxy. I'm gonna, can I go over, say again, damn switch part? Something I did? I'm happy to go over whatever you want. What was I saying? Somebody remind me. We were talking about the security. We were talking about the Maker Faire. Oh, the irrigation thing. What are we learning today from the doctor? Charlie, what's the big news around security? Oh, you missed the beginning, Frank. We were just talking about Paul just got his Amazon account hacked, and he believes it was because he had Home Assistant port open and just the simple password from before. Yeah, squirrel. So that was what got us started on the whole security thing. So I have to credit Frank a lot for pointing me in the right direction when it comes to security. He's definitely been very helpful. Many people have. I wish I could remember. I'd have to go back. It was probably some of you guys. I just, at the time, didn't know everybody's names as well, because I can't remember now, who it was that pointed out my open ports and how big of a problem it was. I mean, I was very naive. I'm still naive about a lot of things, but I was very naive about that at the time, so it was really bad. Don't use the Duck DNS login from the web. Well, you can, but you have to have, you can have the port, but what's the best way to do that, guys? If you have it encrypted and you're using Duck DNS and you're using you can do two-factor authentication, right, on Home Assistant. So you set up those things and you're going to be a lot better off, right? Well, I was using HTTP, so not encrypted, and just a port with a password, an open port with just a password to Home Assistant, and that was a dumb thing to do. So, waiting to build a certificate authority and set up VPN. Mine is open ooh, yeah. So Julian, you're walking the line there, brother. You're taking a risk for sure. Basic of the best method. Can we review the security overview? Just the basic of the best methods. So, maximum security is you don't open any ports, but then you can't access Home Assistant from outside. A couple workarounds for that for some little things. You can do something. Well, if you use Home Assistant Cloud, then you can use webhooks, and you can do certain things, but you won't be able to just get into Home Assistant and see all of your stuff and edit your YAML files or anything like that. You can just activate a few things if using webhooks. Although I know Paul has talked about it and it's coming. Maybe Frank can even tell us when, but there is in the works. There will be a way through Home Assistant Cloud that you can connect securely to your entire Home Assistant instance without encryption, it'll be encrypted, but you don't have to set it up manually, without a VPN, without open ports. It'll just be through the Home Assistant Cloud. And you give the Home Assistant Cloud access from Home Assistant, and then you go to the Home Assistant Cloud. They take care of the communication and the security and all that stuff, and we should be able to get in. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm guessing sometime this year, maybe 6 months. I don't know. So that will be the. At that point, we probably can stop talking about most of this. To me, in my mind, the next best thing is probably VPN. Having a VPN. We went through the WireGuard setup, and I've got another WireGuard thing to do. another WireGuard method for setting up and getting installed and stuff that Whiskers has put together. That's looks really good and simple. But WireGuard is a good VPN system to use. And when you do that, you do open a port. You open that VPN port, but nobody scanning for open ports is going to find it. Unlike even OpenVPN, they could find it. So you set up a VPN like WireGuard, and then you can access your home from anywhere, and it'll be about as secure as you can get. And then I guess the other thing, and I did it on the demo, but I haven't done it on my main instance, is using DuckDNS and Let's Encrypt. And then you open the Home Assistant port number, but to connect to it, you're using an encrypted connection, and you are using your authentication methods through Home Assistant. Your user password, make it a good one, and then you can set up two-step authentication, two-factor authentication. That's the quick rundown. Hope that's helpful to you. WireGuard is the way to go. Does WireGuard allow you to access Home Assistant without the cloud? Yes. Nashal, yes. Yes, you can access, with WireGuard, you can access Home Assistant from any device that's connected to the internet. Well, I shouldn't say from any device, from your device, as long as it's connected to the internet. So like I have a WireGuard client on my phone and on my laptop. So when I'm at the hospital and I'm tinkering with stuff, I'm using my laptop and I connect through WireGuard. And I can have full access to my whole house. I can see IP cameras by their IP addresses. I can see anything in Home Assistant. I can connect to any of my computers just by putting in their IP addresses if they're open to the network. So it's like being in your house, and you're the only one that has that access. It's a straight tunnel just for me on my laptop into my home network, and I can play around in there as much as I want. Nobody else can have any access to it. You open the port, that one port for the VPN, but it's very, very secure. Nobody's going to find it. And if they do, even if they find it, they can't get in if they don't have the key, which is a pretty complicated password kind of thing. So it's not going to work. And nobody's going to guess it or be able to find it. And then I have the same on my phone. I have a client on my phone. So if there's something I need to do from outside, and I'm not, even sitting in someplace where I have internet, Wi-Fi, like the hospital, I just connect to my phone and I can pop in to the house and do it. And it's pretty nice. Am I a real doctor then? I really am. I am a doctor of Z's. WireGuard, nope, I haven't seen, Chris, I have not seen a WireGuard client yet for Windows. And I would, there's one to specifically not use. So if you search, actually should we just call them out? Let's call them out. It's probably WireGuard Windows. Okay, WireGuard for Windows here. Okay, so there's these fellas. And if you talk to, they say, oh yeah, we've got a WireGuard Windows client, and they've got an iOS app and such. Tune safe here. But if you go to the WireGuard website, you can see when he starts talking about, where is it? It's probably on the installation when he's talking about Windows. Listen to this. A Windows client is coming soon. In the meantime, you are strongly advised to stay away from Windows clients that are not released from this site, as they may be dangerous to use despite marketing efforts. And there's only one. Okay. There's only one that I found, and that's this one. So, and Josh is a good guy. He's doing a good thing for a lot of people by the work he's done with WireGuard. And I don't know what the strategy is here by these fellas, but they haven't been cooperating with Josh, who's the guy that made WireGuard. So boycott this group here. Sound good? Okay, done. That's nasty business. Don't like nasty business. All right, where are we at? Tell them you pass gas. I do pass gas, but who doesn't? Emmy even passes gas. Sorry. But it happens, right? It happens. Everybody does it. Okay. All right, I have a speaker group set up with your Google Assistant. It's where you send the TTS Google say, okay, if I don't use the group for 8 hours or so, it shows as unavailable until reboot. Ideas. What do you guys think about that? That's a good question. I don't know. There might be a simple way to do it. I know my kind of hack workaround way to do it would be to just call a service to that, speaker group every 7 hours or 6 hours. Even if it's just a, change the playlist or do something that's not actually going to start it and make it say something or do something, but just to have Home Assistant connect to it. I don't know if it's on, it's probably on the Google Home side where it's going to sleep or it's doing something, it's disconnecting. And so that's where you have the problem. And it might be because it's auto discovered. It could be that maybe is it auto discovered or did you set it up manually? Because maybe setting it up manually would work. But as a media player manually instead of just using it as the auto discover, that's a possibility. Let's wait and hear what the people in the chat have to say because they probably have better ideas than me. Okay, Life 360 is the best for presents if you just want to know whether you're home or not. No. Oh, are you saying that, Colby? I mean, Life 360 does a lot of other stuff. It will tell you where you are out in the world, besides just whether you're home or not. That comes at the price of they know where you are. So if you're trying to avoid any, use of some other servers with your important information like where you are, then Life 360 is not going to be the one you want. If you want something that's just going to tell you whether you're home or not, something like the Nmap, where it's just whether or not you have a specific device is connected to the router in your house. That's a good one. But we're, watch again from what we did at CES, from what we saw, especially with the Shelly guys, we're going to have some cool presence detection stuff that we're going to be able to use. And that Bluetooth, those little Bluetooth dongles, the ESP32s with some software that they already made. It's already built. Like Frank said, we could make it, but they already did. And they're Shelly guys, so we love them. And they're gonna. I'm sure Rob's been fine tuning it. Have you, Rob? If he hasn't yet, he will soon. I haven't emailed them with my stuff yet. All right. Nmap scanner is flawless. Okay, there you go. Monitor.sh is the best. Using it with Nmap scanner is flawless. Awesome. Yeah, if all you want to know is home or not home, then do something that's based out of your router, whether your phone is connected or not. That's the easy way to do it. Go to the logbook on the dashboard and select the media player to select it, and it wakes it up. And you can automate that, Mike? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like if you could automate that instead of just going in and picking it manually you're trying to remember, just get an automation to do it. All right, let's see. What was I going to talk about? Because I had exciting news. Okay, let me tell you. So I started scheduling guest stars for the streams. Remember, that was my plan. Where's Adrian, my buddy? He's been harping on me ever since I said, oh, this is how I'm going to do live streams. He's been like, okay, when are we going to do the new live stream format? So I started. I've got so starting on this Sunday, I'm not going to be here. I'll be in Vegas again for an anesthesia conference this time. But so I don't think I'll be able to stream. I'll be at my sister's house. Maybe we can stream. We'll have to see. I'll leave it open. But for now, I'm not planning on doing anything major if we do. Then the next Sunday, we're going to have DigiBlur come on, and we're going to do probably more stuff about ESP Home YAML. Maybe a little bit of Tesmoda rules, because those are things I want to learn more about. And Travis knows a lot of those things. So we're going to do that. That'll be, I think, what weekend is that? The 27th? Something like that is the date, January. Then the weekend after that is the 3rd. Oh, and we're going to have Quinn Dorian. Do you guys know who Quinn Dorian is? Not AVN. No, Seagrave, not AVN. Is AVN this weekend? Don't tell my wife. What was I'm going to look up? Oh, Quinn Dorian. Do you guys know who he is? He's made the Quinn LED. Oh, yeah, Quinn Dorian. Let's find a good, where's his good website? Is this it? So he's made this ESP32 based LED controller, dimmer plus a bunch of other stuff you can do with it now. And he's been working on it for years. And it's, he's got a PCB, and then, he'll tell you where to put the components and all that stuff, or you can just buy them all put together. But anyways, it's a pretty cool controller, can do a lot of good things. And I've got one here in my hot little hands, thanks to Adrian, sent me one. So we're going to get Quinn, or Quindalorian or Quindorian. We're going to get him on the 3rd. He's all jazzed up. And then we got a few other people that I've talked to that are excited to come on. We're going to have BK Hobby, who does a lot of OpenHab stuff. BK he's active. He's in our chats. He's watching. I'm surprised he's not here right now. But he's active, but he uses OpenHab. So he even took, if you watch his latest video, let's look at it. Let's check it out. He took Luma's switch plate and modified the configuration and is using it with OpenHab. So now it's not the Home Assistant switch plate, but the OpenHab switch plate, I guess. So we're going to have him on. And then there's a few others that I've been talking to that we're going to have come on. But I've got probably the next 3 or 4 weeks pretty well scheduled out. So that's exciting stuff. I got all that done today. So look at that HA switch plate, but he uses it with OpenHab. Pretty cool. But here he's got he's using Tasmota and Sonoffs and all the same stuff. He's just doing OpenHab. So I want to do a comparison with OpenHab and Home Assistant, and not a which is best, because I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt, especially me. But we're going to do a comparison, and we're going to talk about, how do you do this? How would you do this in OpenHab versus how would you do it in Home Assistant? And so people can look at what are the differences and maybe advantages and disadvantages of each. I contacted Juan today, KK. If anybody else has contact information for Juan M Tech, I want to get him on too. So the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning with our stream guests. So I'm excited about that. Life 360 sometimes reports bogus info regarding leaving and entering home. Really, Maury? Huh. I wonder if maybe you need to change the size of your home zone, because mine has been pretty solid. It did happen today that so I have an automation that when I go from work to not home, there's an automation that gets triggered that turns on some lights around the house and sends a message that says Daddy's on his way home, be home in whatever, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And this morning when I was pulling into work, I drove in to the parking garage, and then I had to, I don't know why, but the parking spots were all full. And so I had to go to a different parking spot that was a little further away. And it must've been just outside the zone that was established as work, because I got to my parking spot further away than I usually park, and my automation kicked off, said Daddy's on his way home. So that may be what's happening. Because other than that, I mean, for me at least, Life 360 has been pretty solid. I mean, look, there's today, and I can't zoom in on it, but though that little brown line in there is because I passed Smith's, so the grocery store we go to a lot. But right in here somewhere, it must have been away. Oh, so no, it was here. Away, and then work, and then away again, and then work again. So that's why my automation tricked off. Yeah, KK, that's how I contacted him, was through Twitter. So I think he'll get back to me pretty soon. He'll get back to me pretty soon. Have you warned all the live guests about password issues? If they haven't figured that out by now, then it'll be fun for us. Get your screenshots ready. Your Life 360 has been doing the same thing lately at home. That's too bad. That's a bummer. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. You can try changing. Oh, there's my longitude and latitude. Come on over, guys. Oh, somebody told me today. It was. I can't remember who it was exactly yet. I can go back and look. It was Tornado. Oh, that's cool. Tornado guy sent me a message today with an article about a lot of things as far as security and Pi and people trying to grab your information and such. But the interesting thing was that these people who are tracking down somebody who was trying to hack their work computers. They found out where he lived based on his Wi-Fi SSID, just the Wi-Fi SSID. And there's a website apparently where you can go and search based on Wi-Fi SSID and find people. And on the website, it says that there are like half a million. Yeah, I think it said 500,000. There are over 500,000 mapped Wi-Fi SSIDs on there. So you go on there and put your Wi-Fi SSID in, and there's a decent chance that it's going to show up with your address. So I put mine in, it didn't show up, but now you guys know where it is. Not that you didn't already. I can show you the website. You guys care? You interested in that? Everyone knows where I live. Yep, they do. To you to Tasmota script. Have you been watching that, Willington? Have you guys been watching that? Have you guys been checking that out? So there is Mark Pearson's, I'm sure he uses a secret file. I do, but I still have a hard time keeping things secret sometimes. Hi from Brazil. Where can we read more about me? Do I have a personal blog about yourself and your family? We're already fans. Oh, that's awesome, man. I have an about page on the DrZzs.com. There's been some, YouTube has a new thing called stories, I guess, where they want people to kind of do that, talk about, I guess your background and such. I don't know. I feel, I don't want to be vain, but there's an about page on, DrZzs.com. But yeah, I'm happy to do that sometime. That would be fun. That's a good thing to do for a meetup maybe or something too. If we can ever make that happen. Yeah, it's Wiggly. Wigle. Somebody put it up. Thank you for that. It's this guy right here. So you can put, look at this, 500 million. Oh my gosh. 500, not 500,000, 500 million Wi-Fi networks geolocated. So this is all about this old-fashioned war driving, right? Where people drive around and they try and scan for networks and such. Yikes. But anyways, there you go. Watch out. There's bad dudes out there. Bad dudes and bad gals. Thinking of people be war driving, mapping you. Yep. Okay, where are we going? Hello from Bogota, Colombia. Good evening. I was telling someone new to homelessness about your channel. Thank you, Jason. That's awesome. I hope they find what they're looking for. If they don't find it from me, we'll point them in the right direction, right? We got a lot of good fellows with a lot of good information out there. What was I doing? Squirrel. I don't remember. I was going to do something. Oh, I was telling you about the news. I was telling you more news because I do have other news too. How do you find my live stream? Oh no, Contraption Maker. Oh, you're here. You must have sent that a while ago. Just started watching. Oh my gosh. Oh. Geesh. I can't imagine 43. I've been in 43 degrees C. It's horrible. Any thoughts about LoRa? Yeah, Frank. So what do we know about LoRa? My thoughts about LoRa. I got excited watching some of the guy with the Swiss accents, Andres. I got excited watching some of his LoRa stuff because I thought it would potentially be a way to, get information a long distance. And it seems to me like the purpose is if you have a farm or something like that that's big or some big area and you want to send a signal, a simple signal from one end to the other, and you don't have Wi-Fi and you don't want to, maybe you're not even in a place where you can get a cell signal or you don't want to pay for 4G or something like that, then that's where LoRa is going to be your thing. That's about all I know about it. I got excited about it and I watched some of his videos about it and I kind of realized that I didn't have a lot of application for it. And, if I could come up with a good application for it, then I'd be happy to get more involved in it. I have had little companies say, "Do you want to test our LoRa boards?" But I had to tell them I don't know what I would do with it, and that's the truth. Right now, I just don't know. I have too many other things, and I have yet to personally find a good use for it without a farm. You need a cup light that lights up when the dock is streaming live. We can set up I was trying to wonder how we could do that. Yeah, that'd be fun. We need like an app. The best thing is the calendar. Get the Google Calendar. Here, we'll go here. We'll go to DrZzs.com. And we'll go to DrZzs.com. And the calendar right here. If you haven't seen it, I can't see the stream today. So I don't know when things are on the screen and when things are hidden. There you go. So go to DrZzs.com, go to this calendar right here, click this button down in the corner, and it will add this to your personal Google Calendar. If you don't have a Google Calendar, this might be a reason by itself to get one or to start using it. Frank's streams are listed on here. My streams are listed on here. Even like today, when I decided this morning I was going to stream tonight, I put it on here. So it sends notifications. Mine, I've got it set at 10 minutes before. So I get ones when Frank's going to stream and even when I'm going to stream in case I'm forgetting. And then there's even other stuff on here like Home Assistant releases. And during Christmas or during December, we had a lot more people that were streaming and keeping up on the calendar. But I think people are taking a little bit of a break. Or anyways, we got to get everybody to keep putting their streams or their important Home Assistant related events on here. So that's what I do. I think that's a great way to do it. Goal! Who scored, Will? LoRa mesh for field telemetry transmission. Gee, knew that sounds complicated. Sounds awesome, though. Based off the calendar. Yep. Set up a red notification based off the calendar and have it turn on your light or whatever. I want to make it, and I will do this at some point. I will set up a webhook. Maybe Frank will tell me this is a bad idea, but I want to figure out how to do it. Maybe Frank can help me figure out how to do it safely, or all of you security experts. I want to figure out a way to have something here that you guys can interact with. So we're doing a stream like this. We're just yabbering, whatever. But I've got a light or a robot or something cool like that you guys can click a button, a webhook or whatever, and it you can physically see something happen. Kind of like when Frank set off my Amazon Echoes. Well, not just Frank. There were others too. You know who you are. I'm your first Google Calendar. Yay! Okay. Love to get Home Assistant as an app on your TV. Ooh, that'd be cool. All right. Gotta run. Catch you next stream. See you, Colby. Thanks, man. Done. Google Calendar. Perfect. Come to my anesthesia conference, Park City, February 3rd. Really, band? Wait a minute. You have an anesthesia conference in Park City on February 3rd? Tell me about this. Is it a... That's interesting. Tell me about this. I'm doing something February 3rd. Oh, that's a Sunday. Well, after the stream, maybe that'll be fun. Always need a reason to go to Park City. Bobby, the IT guy's here. How's it going? Can I start over? Yeah. You remember my story? You probably heard my story too, didn't you? About that girl in med school. Comes in 10 minutes late, 170 people in the auditorium. She comes in 10 minutes late and asks the professor to start over. I was like, wow, that's guts. But she did. That was the crazier part. Was the professor was like, she was obviously upset, but she did. She started over. Did someone here play with NVRs and Home Assistant? Ooh, for Luis, NVRs and Home Assistant. Not me yet, but I'm sure there are some. A stinker dispensary, have it spray something. We could set up this whole fun contraption that would do things. That would be fun. Ow, Doc, check out Clarkio on Twitch. He uses a LifeX bulb everybody can interact with. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But you can't see him, but I can put another camera on him or do something different. I'd like to put it like right here, so it does something behind me where you can see it in the webcam. The Z's bot. See, maybe this is part of why I want to, get these motors working. Figure out how to make all these motors happen. Think of the cash you can make when you have to pay to get Alexa to go off for you, though. Well, that's what happened. That's what happened. You see, I even got money out of Frank. Oh, it's you anesthesia meeting on February 3rd. No kidding. All right, band. We gotta check that out. Man, I think actually let's see, February 1st, I'm OB. So yeah, I'm off. Trying to hack one and install Home Assistant in the NVR. Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, I see. So Luis has an NVR and you're trying to hack it and put HAS.io on it. That's a good plan. I have no idea about the hardware that's in it or, what kind of compatibility issues you would have. I would expect that if it's decently intelligent, it's running some kind of Linux And so if it's running some kind of Linux, then it should be able to run HASS.io or at least Ubuntu or something like that. So mount an any LED wall board, everyone could type a message. Oh, Emmy, you're genius. I mean, you knew that, but it's official. No, that's great because I actually have an LED matrix. Woody, Banggood, my good buddy, Banggood Woody, he is sending me an LED matrix. And so I'm going to put the LED matrix right there and you can put your messages on it. That's awesome. That's a great idea. I love it. Thank you, Emmy. That's a perfect idea. That's perfect. Okay. All right. Linux, good start. Run HASS.io on Ubuntu server. I think a lot of do. Contraption Maker. I think a lot do. What other news did I have? Oh, I got exciting bug news. Nobody's asked me about the bug today. I'm finally making progress on the bug, like new progress. So I don't remember if I said something on Sunday or not, but I got my motor controller out and I was tinkering with it. This may be a situation. I was even thinking about opening a new channel on Discord just for the EV, the DIY EV. I don't know how many of you guys might even be interested in that. It's obviously kind of fun to see peripherally, but if anybody's interested in really learning about how to do it and helping me to learn, if there's some information we can share and learn together, I would like to do that because I've got this motor controller and I think it's going to be great, but it's very, I don't even want to say not user friendly, but it's just like bare bones. Like it's got the ability to do a lot of things, but you've got to be able to bring those things out. And I was struggling with that the other day. One of the things that it does, let's see, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Can you see that? So this is the information. I want to zoom in. Okay. So here's some of the cool stuff that you can do. So this is just different ways that you can control it, yada, yada. But down here, so it's got serial connection. Okay. And you can communicate with it and you can give it commands and you can receive information. So you can give it commands like these things. You can set acceleration and deceleration limits and current limits, regen limits. Those are important things. I don't know what this is exactly, but even more important to me is getting some of these things out of it. Like I can read out of it things like the supply voltage, the heat sink temperature, the motherboard temperature. Those are important things I need to get out of it. So I was trying to figure out, what do I do? Connect this thing to this. I plugged it in with my flasher, my USB serial flashing adapter, plugged it into my computer, fired up Termite. I tried Termite. I tried Putty. I tried the Arduino IDE, and I just didn't know the syntax to get this information out of it. And I'm not even sure it was the syntax problem. I think because I got there with serial.read and then this number, but I didn't get any information back. And so I think it might not have been powered up right, or might not have been connected right. Maybe I had wires switched, and I was doing it at like midnight or something one night. So anyways, this is something that I'm really excited about. And so if there's more interest in this, then this is definitely something I'm going to be spending time on. So then the other thing about the bug is I finally got a hold of the guy who has forklift motors. There's a guy, he's probably 3 or 4 hours south of where we live, but he's got a whole bunch, a dozen or so old forklifts in his junkyard, and he's going to let me buy the motors. And so I'm going to go down on Friday and look through them, see what it's going to take to get the motor out of it, or out of one of them. And then we'll be in Vegas for the next few days. And then on the way back on Tuesday, I'm going to stop there again and hopefully tear out one of those motors. So that'll be a huge step, is actually physically having the motor that I can use. And then I just started pricing batteries. I'm not going to build my own junky battery or explosive battery. I'm not going to build a bomb, not for the car, maybe for something else. But I'm going to get some safe batteries. So that'll be a bit more expensive. I'll have to, kind of take my time getting that. But I'm close. I'm getting closer. Make sure it's, yes, it is the 232, not the 485. Can I open that back up? So let's see. Who knows about that? Chris Nearmere, Discord, my friend. Let's chat. Okay. Is it a CAN bus? Try Wireshark. Ooh, what's Wireshark? Oops. Oh, you guys talking about the protocol analyzer. Ooh, what's this? YouTube gonna flag you. Yeah, I said the B word. Yeah, it is 232. I looked at that. I did. Blue Iris is what I'm gonna when it comes time for me to do a NVR. Blue Iris. I've looked at a few different options, and I would love to just run Blue Iris. I'm happy to pay the $60 membership lifetime thing, whatever, and it just seems to be everybody that uses it's pretty happy with it, and so that's one of the cases where I'm happy to just pay a little money and have something that works and is solid. So, and it's not a lot of money. Well, will be the focus of my Google food today, I guess. What happened to the Leaf battery, Stuart? They took them away. they wouldn't let me keep them. They wouldn't let me keep the Leaf batteries. I was very upset about that. I went to get my new Leaf battery, and when I first talked to them about it, I talked to the dealership. I said I wanted to keep the battery. They said, great, give us $1,000 for the core charge, and you can keep the batteries. And I thought, that is perfect, because they had enough range left in them that I didn't have to, it was enough, and it was gonna be the cheapest way possible to get, 50-mile range on the car. And then it turns out the dealership didn't know that Nissan won't allow that. They just won't. They won't let the dealership release them. If I find one in a junkyard or something like that, I can get it, but they won't release it from the dealership. So I got gypped. I was kind of bummed. I was actually not even kind of bummed. I was way bummed. All right, registered Blue Iris 2. Good. Synology surveillance. All right, cool. Cool. Make any webcam as IP camera. Oh, is that what Wireshark does? Or what are you talking about? Is that what's this thing do? World's foremost widely used network protocol analyzer. Let's see what's happening on your network. The microscopic level. Whoa. Deep inspections of hundreds of protocols. Wow. This is beyond me. I'm not even sure what I would do with this. Need to get with Nissan about a new battery for your Leaf. It's expensive, Jason. So they advertise it as being $5,000. By the time you walk out of there, it's closer to $8,000. So it's still cheaper than buying a new one, but it's not what I hoped it would be. I was disappointed, but I'm glad still better than buying a new one. So I'm happy with it. For reading network traffic, yeah, maybe. Where do you put it? Where do you install it? It just runs on any computer on your network or something? To see who's doing what on your network. It seems like a great idea. Got to find a wrecked Prius and cut the electronics. Yeah. I tried, and Utah's funny. Maybe I should try Vegas. Utah's funny. If you're not a dealer of cars in some fashion, they won't let you buy the wrecked cars. I wanted to buy one from Copart. If you've ever seen Copart, they just list wrecked cars all over the country, and you can just search by your area. And I found a Leaf. It was funny. I even knew the girl who crashed it. She's a nurse at our hospital. She crashed her Leaf, and a couple days later, it was on Copart. And I was going to buy it. I wanted to buy it. I bid on it and did all this stuff, but they wouldn't let me buy it because I don't have a license. I have a business license, like just general business license, but it wasn't for their kind of work. It wasn't for, car related work. And so they wouldn't let me buy it unless I paid. I couldn't even put in an official bid that would be taken seriously unless I paid a broker like $300. I was only going to pay like $1,000 for the car. So I'll pay $300 for the broker. Yeah, but maybe. For what old TCP dump tool? Oh, okay. Utah political idiocy. I'll tell you what, I was really dumb. I thought that was really dumb. I was really disappointed in that. So still trying to find it. Search on YouTube for these guys who rebuild salvaged cars. Maybe you can find a wrecked Tesla and rob for parts. Stefan, you talking about Rich Rebuilds? I love Rich Rebuilds. I love him. Love that he uses a steak knife whenever possible to disassemble things. I need to take a steak knife when I go take apart this forklift, don't I? You only paid $9,000 for your 2015 Leaf with 15,000 miles on it. Jason, you, what? You don't need a new battery? Man, you did well. I paid like 10 plus, just a little over 10 for my 2012 that had 20 something thousand miles on it. This was a few years ago. Mark is right here. It's not relevant. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's cool. Okay, not here. Okay, I understand. Gotcha. Cannot legislate common sense. I wish they would try. Should have got to her sooner. She could have bought it back and sold it to you. Do you know that? I don't think neither one of us probably knew that was an option. Darn, I need somebody else to wreck their Leaf. Okay, so should we answer a couple of YouTube comments? I want to see how this is going to go. So let's give it a run. All right, let's give it a run. Here we go. These are my YouTube comments. You want to try and answer some with me? This might be fun. No idea how this might shake out. All right. Do they have one that handles 3 to 4 amps? My fan draws closer to 4 amps. So Flying Pig, I don't know, a ceiling fan that draws 4 amps? If you look up, because I did look it up, because each of those relays because he's talking about the T1, right? So each of those relays in the T1 is only like 2 amps, I think. But if you look at something like average power ceiling fan. Okay. So 48-inch ceiling fan. So that's a big one. Oh, I guess here's 56 uses 55 to 100 watts. So it's 100 watts at least 120 volts, right? If you're in the US, it's 120 volts. So that's less than an amp. That's what I went by. So to say you have a ceiling fan that's 4 amps, I mean, I'd double check. If you really do have a ceiling fan, Flying Pig, that uses 4 amps, send me the specs. I believe you. I just want to know which one it is. But yeah, these T1s, the relays are only going to be 2 amps. I don't expect that they'll change it. You could do it yourself. Brian's got a good point. Thank you, Brian. This is exactly why we're doing this together. It wouldn't be too hard, probably, to get your soldering iron or heat gun or whatever and pop off the relay that's on the T1 and put a new one on. I don't see why that would be a terrible problem, as long as the relay is actually the lowest rated component. It may not be. It may be a solder tracing or something else. It should be the relay, but it might not be. So you can always get one, set it up on a bench, and test it out and see if you if you break it or not. Get a solid state relay, 40 amps. Yes. 4 amps is a monster ceiling fan, isn't it? I mean, maybe it's not a ceiling fan. It could be that it's maybe it's like a big shop fan or a swamp driving car. Those big ones with the fans in the back, the swamp runners. Okay. Let's see. What do we got next? Not sure if you have seen them, but Anderson power pole connectors are great for your 12 volt stuff. Ooh, cool. Ham radio guys love them. Their big brothers are UPS units for quick connects. Oh, that's cool. That's actually a great idea. Thank you, Steven. Because I'm planning out the new office, right? Mrs. Z's gave me permission to rearrange the office, and so I want to have 12 volts and 5 volts like available at my fingertips. And I was using barrel connectors, but not everything uses barrel connectors, and there's like 10 different sizes. So sometimes you end up with a funky size. So this is good. Cool. I'll check it out. Anderson power pole connectors. Okay. Thank you, Steven. I'll check it out. Relay triggers another bigger one. When a 4 amp start drawing, it's very high. Love power poles. All right, cool. That's a second for power poles. Okay, can the Tasmota flashed Sonoff RF bridge transmit codes learned? I have ceiling fans that I want to use the RF bridge to transmit via Home Assistant, sending CMD to RF bridge to send RF. Or are the 16 transmit channels fixed? So what you can do, OJW, you can train the key on the RF bridge to your signal. We can try this right now. Should we try this? I always regret later when I do something live like this that I hadn't planned. But we're going to do it anyways. All right. I don't remember what's the number of my RF bridge? I want to say it's something like 38. No. Something like 88. No. Just guessing IP addresses here. Let's get the phone out. All right, we're gonna go to my RF bridge. I actually have I got them out last night when I was rearranging my things. I've got a remote control, so it should work. And what we'll do is we'll program a key, and then this will be the process that you go through to do that, which is something I should have covered better in the RF bridge video, but did not. So let's check it out. All right, go to Wi-Fi. Find my RF bridge IP address, which is something that I should remember. I could try rfbridge.local, but I doubt it'll work. Oh, I know what I could do. We'll find a better way. Yeah, that didn't work. But what we'll do is we'll open Home Assistant and we will look at Tasmo admin because it'll be there. All right, what do you guys say? Can you show sometime how to solder directly to the Sonoff rather than using the crappy terminals? Oh, sure. And man, it's just a matter of just dumping a ton of solder on there. That's all there is to it. I hold a wire on those strips on the back and I just dump a bunch of wire right onto it. You know, with the new Sonoffs, it probably will be even easier. You can probably just clip the wires that are coming off the new Sonoff and attach them. Where my Sonoffs go? Here we go. I just did some rearranging in the office last night, and so if you have these, if you look at this guy here, this is the new Sonoff Basic, right? So you've got, I believe, without looking at it, I don't remember which side is input and which side is output, but looking at this, I think this is probably the input side. My guess is this is the input side, but either way, these wires here now are the mains wires. So you can just clip these guys right off, bloop, bloop, and then you can connect directly to them instead of here. Or you just, these solder pads right here, this solder pad and this one, just follow these big wires and just follow those big wires and solder to the back sides of them. It shouldn't be bad, shouldn't be hard. All right, let's see. Now let's find the RF bridge. It's 22. 22 is the RF bridge. Okay, so let's find the remote control. All right, so I got here a generic RF remote control. This should work the same as, if you have, like he has a ceiling fan that transmits RF codes. Hopefully it transmits RF codes, and hopefully they're 433 megahertz. But anyways, this should send an RF code, and Tasmota should be able to pick it up. So we're going to try a couple things first. First thing we'll do is let's just try pushing a button and see if anything pops up. There it is. So right off the bat, when I push this button, I get this little RF code. Oh, sorry. It's reporting a bunch of data, but I get that. You saw that little RF code, right? Push it again. There it is. This guy right here. So you just take that, and that's what you would use in your automations. Simple as that. The other thing that you can do though is, I think it's RF key learn. Let's look at Tasmo. Let's look at Tasmota and get the commands right. So if you go to the Tasmota commands page and you look for the RF key stuff, RF key. Oh, maybe that's not what it's called. Yep. Oh, I'd put a space and there's no space. All right. So this is the commands. Let me see if you can see this on the screen. Sorry, I can't see it all. Can you see all that? Nope. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, good. All right. You can see the RF key commands here. So what we want to do is we want to use the learn command for a specific key. So in this case, we want to say, what we'll do is we'll say RF key and then the number of the key. So number 1 through 16, and then a space, and then the number 2, and that will put it into a learning mode. That'll put that key into a, when I say key, I mean this key, one of these 16 keys right here. So we're going to go RF key, and then we'll just do number 1, and then a space, and then 2. And then it should give us a message that says it's going to be in learning mode. Ooh, did you even hear that? The thing even made a beep. So now it's in learning mode. So now I'm going to push the button, and you heard 2 beeps. Okay, so now RF key 1 is learned. Now, whatever this was controlling, so right now this is a generic remote, it's not controlling anything. But if this was your remote control for your RF plugs or for your fan or something, now when I hit this button number 1, it sends that code. Which I don't know where it showed up over here, but learned sent. RF key 1 learned sent. Did you see that right here? So whatever it was that the RF key 1 learned, whatever this big long code was, the RF code, it just sent it when I pushed the RF code button or the RF key button here. So then without this remote, you can trigger things through Home Assistant this way. There you go. Is that a good summary? What do you, could you guys think that'll answer his question? That was a good one. That was a good question to answer. I'm glad we did that. I've had that question a lot and I've never gone back and covered it. So, okay, Cody's got another question. Any news on OTA flashing for the Sonoff Basic? Here's the news on Sonoff, flashing the Sonoff Basic. They don't want us to do OTA flashing. They being Sonoff. Okay, they don't want to do it. So, and that's not that they ever participated in it in the first place. The guys that do it, I can't remember their names right now, but if you just go to Sonata, SONOTA.exe, Mirko. So looks like the latest release is from December 22nd, 2017. This is the place to get news on Sonata, Sonoff over the air. So if you want to do that, this is the place to go to get information. So they'll have updates here. They've got issues page. They actually even have a Discord page, and I'm in it. Oh no, that's Tasmo admin. Sorry, I misspoke. I got confused. What, me? Right? Anyway, so most likely you could look at their releases and see what they say about the different. So here we go again. Attention, Sonata does not work with devices running the current firmware. So this is like the third time since I've been dealing with Sonoff and known about the over the air method that I've seen them being Sonoff stop us, block us, change something in their firmware upgrade process so that this no longer works. So it's a good option when you can use it if you really don't want to get in there and solder and hack things. But you know me, I'm going to tell you, go in manually and do it. You'll have more control. It'll be faster. And then you don't ever have to worry about them being able to stop you because they can't. Here's something exciting. You guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this? I wanted to show you what's happening with Tuya and the ability to do this. So there is a group of master hackers. There's a group of master hackers that are working on the ability to update update the Tuya based devices to Tasmota over the air. They haven't really broken through completely yet. So it's not at a point like Sonata is where you can just run an exe file, put some simple information in and it'll go. They're not there yet. But if you want to, here's the page. If you want to get involved, help make it happen, or try using it, this is the place to go. Okay? I think this is going to be really great if they get it working. I know Travis has been in there involved in it, and there's some really smart guys. I try and read what they're doing, and it's over my head. I can't follow them, but it'll be really awesome. It'll be really awesome once we finally get this, the ability to swap firmware on the Tuya devices without opening them up. For me, that will actually matter because there are devices that you can't open up very easily. Those little round plugs being the main ones. So. Hope it's Willington. It's already working? Or have you done it, Willington? I know some people have. I haven't tried it. It still looks hard. Can you follow on how to send an RF key in an automation? Oh, yes, sure, Luis. Sure. All right, so let's go back to the there's 22, right? All right, so if I let me see. Let's see what we would do. So I push this button, then I go to the console, and I want to see what it gives me. It gives me this. Okay. RF key 1, learned sent. So I think you can just do RF key 1. Yes, you can. Okay. So what you would do is, I don't know if you do you do command? Let's see. So it would have to be command CMND. That's probably wouldn't. Let's do it in MQTT lens. What's happening? Where's my MQTT lens? Come on. All right, fine. I'll do it. Oh, of course. Then it just opens. I'll do it through Home Assistant has an MQTT sending page. It is templates. It's this one here. So go over here. If you go down here, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but this little symbol right there gives you an MQTT sender. So we're going to do two things here. What we're going to try and do is figure out what the topic would be. And I would imagine it's going to be CMND/ and then the name of your RF bridge. And then probably, I don't think it's going to be result. I guess we can try that and see. I don't think it will be result, but we can try that and see. Oop, that's not how you spell result. And then right here, we would just put RF, oops, RF key 1, and then publish. And see what happens. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, so we can try power. I could look this up. I'm sure if we looked it up, it would tell us. Nope, that's not power either. Fine, maybe we'll look it up. Show pulse time in seconds. Learn the default. Somebody got it easy for me. Same issues. You can also copy SOMPI RF codes. Can it copy? You can copy any RF codes. As long as they're 433 megahertz, it should be able to copy them. Or they're somewhere in that ballpark. Is there something that'll do 303? Your ceiling fans are running at? Yeah, sorry, Paul. I don't think so. Not that I know of. Even like the Broadlink RF thing, I think it did like stuff in the 900 megahertz range. I haven't seen one that's a 303. I'm happy to be proven wrong if somebody knows something better. All right, let's get this figured out. So if that's not it, then what would it be? We could just be, what if it's just RF key right here? This is how I figure stuff out. Like I could read it, or I'm just gonna figure it out, or tinker around with it, screw with it until I figure it out. There it is. We did it. That was it. Yes. Okay. So if you want to emulate a button press, then you make, then in your automation, you would do, we can do an automation like that real quick. We'll do it through the automations editor just to make it easy. Okay. I don't generally use this, but we'll do it right now because it's very visual. So it's easier for everybody to follow. Okay. So we'll go to automations. We'll make a new automation. We'll just randomly do something. We'll just call it the RF key tester. Okay. So the trigger is going to be MQTT, and then the topic is going to be that key that we just pressed. This was the topic, right? That I sent, and I didn't need a payload. It's just any message on that topic, any message that's sent to that topic is going to be just like a button press on that remote control. And then you can come down here and do whatever you want. We can say call service. We can do switch toggle. And we can do, let's just do something that's going to be easy. Like, can you see this? I want to make sure everybody can see this. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can. Okay, good. So then we're going to do entity ID. And then we'll just do office crown. Ooh, the problem is I'm going to have to restart Home Assistant to make this work probably. But anyways, that should do it. Okay, so this is the key right here, though, is the trigger type is MQTT. And then what we can do is we'll go in and look at this. And if you wanted to do it manually, oh, yeah, we're going to still do that. Still, that'll be fun. We're going to go in here and we're going to open up automations. And hopefully this will have popped in there already. I'm using Visual Studio Code, which means I can't open my secrets file. Frank, are you still here with me? Here we go, right here. Here it is. So it just popped in. So if you wanted to type it in, it would be, you give your alias, your trigger would be the platform MQTT, the topic is that topic, and this is what is unique. Each key, each of those 16 keys, this will be different. This would be the same. No conditions, and then the service is just switch toggle and whatever you wanted it to activate. Okay, great. Now, that should be the path you call when you want to activate the button. I do Whitey only because I'm using packages. So I do need to restart Home Assistant because I'm using packages. I would like to be able to do that, but because of the HA switch plate dealio-yo, I have to. I must. I see my ugly Home Assistant page. All right, so we're just going to go here, configuration, general, check, and then we'll restart it. Why should I still be here? I don't know. It's 3 a.m. It is 3. Why are you still here? What are you doing? Go to bed. You crazy man. +1 for Node Red. Jimmy says +1 for Node Red. I can't blame him. Can someone post what is the cheapest LED multicolor bulbs they have found that works with Home Assistant, Mark? I have found a bunch that are about 15 bucks. There's a bunch. That wouldn't work. Andre, that wouldn't really? Well, we're going to try it in a second. So the trigger would be a switch, and the action would be MQTT publish. Okay. You're right. You're right. What I'm doing is nothing, right? What I'm doing isn't going to make any difference. You're totally right. You're totally right, because what I'm doing means you have to push this button. And that's not what we want, right? We want something else to happen, and then the action be the push button. Thank you. So let's do another one, because we want it to be the way that people are asking for it. And you are so right. So you can activate the fan from Home Assistant. You're right. So let's do it like this. Let's go to let's do another one. Thank you, Andre, for that, for clearing me up. I got carried away. Automations. So we're gonna make a new automation. Another one. We're going to say the real RF key test. And then the trigger will be something like, I don't know, whatever. What do we want to make it? Let's make it a state, right? Let's make it a state. Make it a state. Entity would be Do I have just a plain binary sensor or something like that? I don't know. Oh, I know what I could make the state. I could do the, this will be fun. I have to remember. So I do these things like to tease, to mess around, and then I forget about it. I forget that I set up these automations just for testing, and then it actually like triggers something later on. For a longest time, I couldn't figure out what was happening. Oh, my office door was locking. Like every time I restarted Home Assistant, I couldn't figure out why. It was because of something like this. I had set something up in Node-RED and forgot about it. Motion sensor, binary sensor. I want the binary sensor in the office closet. This one. Okay. When it goes from, I don't care, from on to off, right? Or I could just say when it goes, oops, I don't have to put from and to. I can just put to on. I like doing it that way. And then the action is going to be, call service. And then it'll be MQTT publish. And then the service data will be topic. And then that topic, do I still have it? Control V. No, I don't. It's going to be so far back up here. Where did I? Oh, man. I can remember it. You guys remember it, right? We remember it. We got better memories than that. So it was CMND/RF bridge / and then it was RF key. How's it going? Hi, baby. I'm almost done. How are you? Zoe, this reminds me. If any of you have daughters that want to watch cute girls do fun things on YouTube, what's the name of the channel?
It's not made yet.
Oh, it's not made yet.
So, but you can go check out mine and I'll be posting a video about it.
Okay. Zoe got chosen, auditioned and chosen for another YouTube collaboration. So she's going to do one video a week where young girls do cute stuff. So if you have daughters that want to watch that, I'll get when we know the name of the channel. You don't know the name of it yet?
What?
You don't know the name of it?
I'm not supposed to.
Oh, she's not supposed to say. All right, well, stay tuned, I guess. We were very excited as a family last night. It's in the YAML window behind. Oh, of course it is. Jeez. Huh? No, nothing. Just me and my scatterbrain stuff. But look at the time. Look at the time. Been streaming for how long, right? Start to lose my mind after a certain amount of time. It's probably partly because I haven't stopped talking. Okay, so there we go, right? RFQ one, thank you, Randy. So there we go. So this should do that now, right? Do you see anything else wrong with that? I'll give you a minute to tell me what I need that's wrong with that. What is everyone using for power monitoring? I need over 100 amps. I want to use Sense. I emailed the Sense people and I said, I want it. I'll do a review, send it to me. And so they sent me back and they said they're going to talk about it. They're going to decide. I might not be big enough yet. Don't waste your money. Get a Wi-Fi stuff that DigiBlur was using. I'm using Aotech Z-Wave stuff. Lost connection. Okay, it's saved. All right. Think of me and Frank and the other Euros then. What's our excuse, right? You guys are still awake. Is there a sensor entity that shows the state? I have an SR04 and Node-RED checks for over under 100 centimeters. Sensor lit up for greater than 100 centimeters. So, yeah. So Matt, a sensor entity that shows the state. You probably want a template. What you're doing, it sounds like what you probably want is a template. Sensor lit up for less than 100 over 100. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. Let's see if anybody else comes up with any better ideas. But I'd say just a regular sensor, but then using the template to say, on at a value above something, off at a value below something. Let's look at it real quick after this. You lost your Sense? How did you lose your Sense? 220 volts also. Eesh. Sense does take time to learn devices. Yeah, I know. But I love that it does learn devices. Like, is there another one that learns devices? I don't know if there is. Not that I've seen. 140, yeah. You guys are making fun of me because it's bedtime and it's only 10. I wish I was going to bed. All right, so we did that, so we're going to restart. See what happens. Okay. Hey, Doc, I think you would be very good idea alive for the Tuya Tasmota script. We'll need Pi and Wi-Fi dongle. No more broken case and soldering. Wellington, let's do it. Would you do it with me? Huh? Would you do it with me? Would you come on? Or I don't want to put you too much on the spot. Yes, I do. Okay. Who am I kidding? Totally putting you on the spot. So if you will come on and do a live with me, I would love it. I would love to go through that and get you to walk me through it. And I'm sure a lot of other people would be very happy to see that as well. What do you say? Audio is ahead of the video? You in the future? Are we playing with the word sense? Makes no sense. It makes lots of sense. I have a Wi-Fi dongle and I need a Pi. I have a Pi and a Wi-Fi dongle. I'm ready. I got them all. I got all the parts I need. Use the vid scroller and catch up. That's weird. I wonder why the audio is ahead of the video. That's weird. That's fun. All right. Well, of course, the audio is fine in Australia, Whitey, because you're ahead of us anyways. So you're in time with the audio. It makes perfect sense. All right. Looks to be like we got it. So now let's see if we're going to open up the RF bridge. Okay. Oh, I hear people yelling about dinner, so we're going to go in a few minutes. I'm going to move this binary sensor on the door over here, and we're going to see if a message pops up on the RF bridge, okay? There it is. You see it? RF key 1 learned sent. We did it! Yes! Yes! Excellent work. Excellent work. Adrian, thank you. Luis, that was for you. Who else asked about that? Somebody else was happy to see that too. So we did it. There you go. That's it. Had to pause for a bit, but caught up on 1.5 squeaky. Oh gosh. Me at 1.5 speed? That's scary. That is scary. All right, guys. Let's see. Any last things? This was a good stream. I had a great time. We got a lot of news out there. What are we learning? Oh, Julian, we're about to sign off, brother. Darn it. But what we just did, so if you go back through, what we just did was the RF bridge. If you have, there's a lot of people that have receptacles, plugs that, or fan in this case, somebody asked about a ceiling fan that has a remote control. And what they wanted to do is make the RF bridge learn these codes from their remote control so that through Home Assistant and an automation, they could control their fan or their RF receptacles. So that's what we did. We went through how to do that. So now I know how to turn your fan on with a closet door. That's right. Isn't that what everybody wants? Stickers. Oh, thank you, Will. Stickers. Let's open up the stickers thing. That'll be perfect. Stickers. Don't start yet, because if I haven't opened it up, it won't count. Okay, all users in the past, we'll do 10 minutes. Okay, there we go. And here it is. And I'm going to put this over here too, so you guys can see if your names pop up and you know for sure you're on the list. How's that sound? That is pretty cool. Stickers. Emmy even learned something? Wow. Now I'm done. I fit mic drop. I can do no better tonight. Emmy is one smart cookie, no doubt. Stickers. I started getting replies from people, even people on the other side of the world that said, oh, I got my stickers or I got my Switch plate or whatever. So any love for Twitch? I'm sorry, Satan Playland. I have not had any time to work on that. But let's look and see if like your names pop up if you put that in there. So Dutch Nicholas, let's see. No. Sorry. I don't think I can even add somebody manually here. Hurry, I'll give you time. Open up YouTube just long enough to put your names in. I'm sorry. If somebody wants to tackle that and figure out how we can do that, please let me know. Problem is this Nightbot, you get a choice. You log in to YouTube or to Twitch. So it does work on Twitch, but I'd have to have like a separate. I can't do them both at the same time. Broadlink RF2 to learn fan codes, probably 9-ball shot, probably. But the Broadlink RF, I did a video about it, and it worked great for IR. It was spotty with RF. I had a hard time. The trouble that I had to go through to get it to do anything with RF was so much worse, was so much more than just to get an RF bridge. I mean, the RF bridge is $12, and the RF is. So my recommendation at the end of that video was, if you need RF, get a Sonoff RF bridge and flash it with Tasmota. You'll be primo. If you need IR, infrared stuff like your TV remote controls, then get the Broadlink Mini. I can't pull it over here because it's plugged in and then it would unplug, but get the Broadlink Mini. Okay. Late again, Richard. Yeah, but that's okay. You're in time for stickers, right? You're in time for stickers. Could you use that? Oops, I missed something here. Could you use that RF key thing to open your garage door and close it when you enter the home or something? Absolutely. It'll work for anything at all in Home Assistant. So right now, like any of these buttons, that's what makes these things so cool, is because this remote control is $4 maybe, $4 or $5. Banggood has a bunch of them, whatever. And they can, I like that this thing slides over. So like if it's in your pocket or something and banging around with your keys, it's not going to get activated. And then you've got 4 buttons here that can activate any dang thing you want in Home Assistant. You can have it activate a scene where it changes the state of a whole bunch of things. It turns on this light, turns off that light, turn the radio on, lock the doors, turn the disco lamps, whatever. It can do all of it. So it's all whatever your imagination is and anything you've got connected to Home Assistant. Pushing this button can activate whatever you want. It's awesome. 2 minutes of battery left. Come on. Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. How many are we at? 70. Anybody else want to get in for stickers? Do it now. What about the frequency hopping issues? Will that stop it? I don't know what frequency hopping issues. I don't know what frequency hopping is. It's only 433 megahertz. True that. Yes. So Broadlink may have an advantage there. Maybe that's something else. I don't know. Sorry. Program your car remote too. Stickers. Tech, you got to go to YouTube. Tech Vibes, you got to go to YouTube to do the sticker thing, buddy. I'm sorry. I haven't figured it out yet. Is a double press available? I don't think so. We can look at it real quick. I mean, we can just watch and see what happens. I don't think there's a long press or a double press on these. So if I pick a button and double press, see what happens. Yeah. And if I hold long press, I got to be careful. If I long press, it may activate something else, but no, long press doesn't do anything either. Yeah. Single press only. Sorry, man. Sorry. All right. Let's do this. Computer. Tell everyone it's time for sign off.
Announcing.
Tom, you made the stickers list.
It's time for sign off.
You sure did make the stickers list, Tom. You're right there, brother. You are there. Okay. Jeff jumped from Twitch to get your stickers. All right. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
How was play practice?
Good. Yeah.
Dawson's in Aladdin. Doesn't he look like somebody who belongs in Aladdin? Stickers. So when is Jim Harbaugh spending the night in your castle? Anytime he wants, man. Anytime he wants. He can sleep anywhere he wants. Okay. Can I check? You can check for RTL 433. I don't know what that means. Stickers, stick words. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Some cars have built-in RF. Yes, but you can't. 9-ball shot. The ones in your car usually have a rolling. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. That's what you meant by rolling. I'm sorry. Now I'm remembering. It's been a while. Yeah. So generally, the rolling ones that you use in your car, you cannot learn those codes. There's like a pre-code and a regular and a later code, and it won't work with the RF bridge. So no, the one in your car, the button in your car won't work like this. Better to just get one of these and hang it in your car if that's what you want to do. All right, we're at 82 eligible people. Let's roll it. Roll it, drum roll. There he is. Oh, Chris won. Yes, Chris, you won. That's awesome. Good job, Chris. I know you know me in Discord, so send me your address and you'll get the stickers. We'll do one more, okay? I need a drum roll button, don't I? I got to work on my Twitch stuff. I spend too much time working on real stuff to play. All right, here it goes. Ready, set, roll it. Emmy, nice. Awesome. All right. Emmy, send me your address. We'll get some stickers in the mail for you guys. I got bonus stickers for tonight too. And besides just the normal ones that I've been sending, the DrZzs and the Home Assistant ones, when I was at CES, I grabbed a stack of Wise stickers. You know, when we were standing there talking to the Wise camera guys, they handed me a big stack of Wise stickers. So I said, "Oh, can I have one?" And he's like, "Oh yeah," he gave me a whole stack. So, all right. Are you the only one coming up, bud? Is it just you?
Grace is coming.
Okay.
Gracie, come on.
All right. That was a fun stream, guys. Very, very fun. Thanks for staying up with me. I know all you Europeans, it's like total middle of the night. So appreciate that. I'm glad we did something fun for you and we entertained you. Oh, Discord. Yes, Discord. Both your cars store one code, and then you have to train the opener to that code. So if it's 433, then the bridge would work in your case. All right. Well, yeah, it might do that then. Yummy, yummy. Did you get that unicorn today?
Dad,
Did you get the unicorn? Did Mom buy you that unicorn?
No.
She didn't buy it?
She didn't.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to talk to her about that. Okay. Your friend loves wives cams. They're sending me some. I got the notice the other day that they're sending it to me. So until next time. Okay. What's up?
Maybe sometime you bring me to the store and I buy it.
Okay. Gracie went to Costco today and found this really cute
No,
unicorn.
it's not Costco.
Oh, it wasn't Costco. Oh, okay. All right. You guys ready? It's just the two of you.
Yep.
I'll do it with you, okay? As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Adios. Have a good night, everybody. Kiss Duns. What? Oh, you probably just got on, huh? That's why. Sorry, brother. I don't know when the next stream will be. We'll see. Are you a mod? Wait, you're a mod? Oh, you might be. You might be. I made a few people mods very early on, so congratulations. Okay. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.